Ghana is currently grappling with cement shortage that has triggered significant price hikes across the country. The supply disruption is attributed to multiple factors, including limited local production capacity, importation challenges, and erratic power supply issues. One of the major local producers, Dzata Cement, has reportedly paused operations due to ongoing maintenance and innovation works aimed at expanding production capacity. However, no clear timeline has been given as to when the company will resume full-scale production of the product. The only operating cement companies upon the committee's visit are GHACEM and Dangote. Stakeholders in the building sector have raised concerns over the price inflation, which is being driven not only by manufacturers but also distributors who are allegedly hoarding products and charging exorbitant margins. The situation is further exacerbated by Ghana's dependence on imported clinker, the raw material used in cement production, which is subject to global supply chain constraints. The Parliamentary Select Committee on Works and Housing, led by the chairman Vincent Oppong Asamoah, called on the Ministry of Trade and Industry and other regulatory bodies to take action, especially in monitoring distribution channels to prevent profiteering.
Because we are very much concerned about the price of cement in the market. But honorable members were given the opportunity to ask questions, and I think the answers were good. At least we should be able to present a very good report after this place. You know, one very important issue that we're all thinking of is if you talk about the petroleum industry, you can have same price here, and even if you go up north. But why can't you also do the same thing for the building industry, especially cement? So that if the price in Accra could be up in a way that it can subsidize the price of cement when you go to Upper East, Upper West, and other regions. And there's a little they can do about it. It should be a deliberate government policy to ensure that we can at least cushion the price a bit for those up north there. You know, as a responsible committee, we can't sit without coming here, because whatever happens here also affects the price of the building and even the quality of the product that we put out there. You know, once there is this shortage, sellers also tend to take advantage of prospective buyers. You understand? Because there's shortage in the market. So this is what we want to avoid. To advise the Minister for Trade and the Minister of Works and Housing, especially Trade, because they regulate the space, so that we can also advise them, and then the right measures are taken to ensure that at least we can have good quality products at good prices. Yes. So the answers that at least we have gotten from the management of GHACEM, I think it's food for thought. We'll think about it, and then we can advise ourselves accordingly. Currently, I know we are experiencing a shortage, even though GHACEM is telling us that they have upped their production compared to last year. They've been able to increase their production. So we want to find out from the other competitors what is really happening. You know, we all know that when there's shortage, there's a tendency of price increasing. And that is being experienced all over the country. You go to Sunyani and up north, if it is so in Sunyani, then the situation may be even worse.
The government, however, maintains that it cannot regulate cement prices due to the prevailing dynamics of the demand and supply conditions. Some policymakers are advocating for temporary measures, including the possible importation of finished cement products to help stabilize prices and improve availability. The managing director of GHACEM, Frank Huber, outlined measures put in place to introduce new cement brands into the market that will be favored.
We had a wonderful opportunity to engage with West members of Parliament from the Subcommittee for Housing and Works today. We had very lively discussions about the construction industry, the cement industry, GHACEM itself, and it was a very engaged and very lively conversation. We talked about cement quality, we talked about new inventions in the cement industry, And we were greatly honored to have the wonderful visit today. I mean, the cement pricing is driven by many factors, and obviously we always try the best to get our best prices to our customers. So we monitor all developments very, very closely and then make decisions when it's time to make decisions. We're very proud to announce that very soon we will be launching a completely new cement brand we call EcoCool. The idea of the cement is to provide Ghanaians with a very environmentally friendly product that has a substantially reduced CO2 footprint and also has a much more value chain integration here in Ghana to reduce our dependency from imports. So cements, like many other building materials, are a very critical product. If you have a construction of a house or a bridge or whatever it might be, it's very important that the quality is as expected. So at GHACEM we're very dedicated to that quality, and we work very, very closely with the Ghana Standard Authority to ensure we have the best cement quality in the market and also help develop the industry in a good direction.
The ongoing shortage has raised broader concerns about its ripple effect on the housing sector. With cement being a key component in construction, the rising costs are contributing to higher building and rental prices in urban areas. As discussions continue, stakeholders are urging manufacturers to scale up production swiftly and for government intervention to ensure fair distribution and pricing in the market. Chairman of the Select Committee of Works and Housing Committee in Parliament, Vincent Oppong Asamoah, had this to say.
It seems they are within the same space, so the challenges that the other one, GHACEM spoke about, it is the same here. And it looks as if there's a shortage of cement in the country. As a result, people are taking advantage of the shortage and then charging prices, exorbitant prices. Looking at this situation, Dangote has the capacity to increase production. So that was why the issue that we were taking up with him, they have the capacity. So we are only urging them to produce more. So once we are able to produce more and the distribution goes well, then definitely pricing may come down. Unfortunately for Dzata is off market. So we have lost some tons of cement that we are supposed to supply to the consuming public. And according to management, they are doing some renovation work. They want to increase the capacity of Dzata so that they can produce more. Beside that, look, as there are issues with which is external that they don't have any control over, especially when it comes to the importation of clinker. We don't have clinker here, so it is basically imported. So whatever issues that confront the producing countries, it also has some effects on imports. So that is one aspect of it. Apart from that, we were talking about tariff. So I was trying to find out that if the situation has worsened when it comes to tariffs. For that one, they believe that the situation hasn't worsened, but other external factors. And they were also talking about power supply. At a point, erratic power supply too was also affecting them. But you know, once there's that confidence that we are going to increase production, those cartel, some of them will turn themselves to cartel. They just want to hide cement so that they can increase their prices. And that's where I expect the Minister for Trade and regulators in the system to follow up. And I think most of the suppliers, too, especially Dangote and other, can also help a lot. Once they move items from here, they have to also follow up to ensure that they are not putting up so much. The margins are becoming too much, but it is not going to the cement manufacturers. It's the distributors that are just adding margins. And I think the Trade Ministry will have to look into that. They cannot regulate prices because currently it is the issue of demand and supply, because we don't have cement in the quantities that we are all expecting. People are taking advantage to also overprice. So it is good that we paid a visit to this place. At least we have understood the issues at stake, and then we'll be able to advise the ministers accordingly. And policymakers, once we are talking, I know the Minister of Finance and other ministers are all listening to us, that these are the issues that are confronting the building industry. So they need to at least come out with the right policies to ensure that we get good prices for these commodities, to reduce the cost of building in Ghana, and then eventually it will not be passed on to the final consumer. Rent can only reduce when the cost of building, cement is just a component, but it's a major component in the housing industry. So once it goes down, it will directly affect the cost of buildings in Ghana.
Dennis Ajay Ado's report for TV Africa News.